welcome back to Storytime on IVTV. My name is Rachel and today's book is going to be Aiden Goes Fishing by Deleasa Curtis and illustrated by Zara Farooqi. Meet Aiden, a chatterbox that loves to talk so much it often gets him into trouble. When Aiden's grandpa comes to visit, he takes him on a fishing trip. While fishing, Aiden learns the key to catching fish is also the key to stop getting into trouble. Will Aiden learn his lesson on Grandpa's fishing trip? Let's have a look. Aiden was a sweet boy that loved to talk. Aiden hated being quiet. He loved talking so much, it often got him into trouble. Every day when Aiden came home from school, he had sad faces from his teacher. "Aiden, why must you talk so much or be in a hurry to do things?" asked Aiden's mum. "I don't know, Mum," shrugged Aiden. "Well, looks like you won't be joining your brother on the annual fishing trip again." "Oh, Mum," Aiden pouted. "The rules are rules and Grandpa is coming to visit, so be on your best behaviour." "Yes," yelled Aiden. Grandpa Jake was his favourite person ever. He always told funny stories and took him fishing. A day passed and Aiden came home from school with another sad face. This time, Aiden was greeted by his Grandpa Jake. "Still cutting up, I see," Grandpa joked. "Grandpa, Grandpa," yelled Aiden. "What will we do today? Can we go to the park? Do you have any stories? Can we go fishing?" Aiden rambled. "Slow down there. Let's get changed and walk to the river," Grandpa told Aiden as he grabbed his tackle box. Walking toward the river, Grandpa asked Aiden, "Why do you not like being quiet, Aiden? You must learn there is a time to talk and a time to listen. I used to be the same way when I was your age until Grandpa took me fishing." "Really?" asked Aiden. "What does fishing have to do with me talking?" "Everything," said Grandpa as he climbed into the boat. Aiden joined Grandpa on the boat and grabbed his fishing pole. "Can you tell me a cool story, please, Grandpa?" "Okay," said Grandpa. "Fishing is a hobby that requires both patience and focus. If you cannot do these two, then you will never catch a fish." "We go fishing every month, and do you ever catch a fish?" Grandpa asked Aiden. "Nope," Aiden pouted. "How does that make you feel?" "Sad," Aiden said. "Why is that?" asked Grandpa. "Because I want to make everyone proud and show them what I caught." "Okay," said Grandpa. "Now, cast your line." Aiden threw his line into the river and began to sing his favourite song. "One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish." Aiden was so busy singing, he didn't notice a fish nibbling on his line. Grandpa watched and smiled. "Aiden, check your line, you got one." "Oh boy," shouted Aiden. When Aiden reeled in his line, he did not have a fish or any bait. "Oh man, I missed it." "Yes, you did, and why was that?" "Because I was singing." "Yes." Remember, there is a time to talk and a time to listen. Aiden cast his line in the water and sat down looking at the water. "Grandpa, you still haven't told me a story. Do you remember the story about the cow that jumped over the moon? How did he ever come back to Earth? Did he wear an astronaut suit? While Aiden was talking, the fish snuck up and ate his bait again. Grandpa just smiled and pointed at the water. "Oh, right, my fish," said Aiden as he pulled his fishing pole only to see no fish and no bait. "Again," he sighed. "This is too hard." Grandpa said, "It's not hard, it just takes some practice. Think about the prizes you will get. Your first fish to show all your friends and family. That's a big deal. When you cast your line, what should you do?" "Listen," Aiden replied. "When you are at school, do you think it is time to talk or listen?" "Listen," said Aiden. "Now, let's try it again." Aiden threw his line back in the water. A few minutes passed and Aiden whispered, "Grandpa, look, I'm focused like you." Grandpa laughed, when suddenly Aiden felt a tug on his line. "Grandpa, Grandpa, I have a bite!" Aiden shouted. "Well, reel it in." Aiden quickly reeled in his line with a big smile on his face. To his surprise, for the first time, Aiden caught a fish. He turned to Grandpa. "Look, look, I did it." "Yes, you did," Grandpa shouted. "I'm so proud of you. Now let's go home and show the family." As Aiden and Grandpa walked back to the house, Grandpa asked Aiden, "So, how do you feel?" "Great," Aiden yelled, jumping up and down. "Good. So, how do you think your family would feel if you brought a prize of a happy face home instead of a fish?" "Proud?" said Aiden. "Yes, I think they would be very proud, including me," Grandpa said as he patted Aiden on the head. Grandpa returned home and Aiden went back to school. Only this time, when Aiden came home for the first time, he had a happy face. "Wow, Aiden, I am so proud of you," his mum cheered. Aiden hugged his mum and said, "I knew you would be. But did you know that there is a time to talk and a time to listen? Do you have time to listen about how I got this happy face?" Aiden's mum laughed. "Sure, Aiden, talk away." That is a lovely book and a lovely message inside of that as well. Thank you so much for joining me today at Storytime on IVTV, and I'll see you next time.